Okay, until then.
I was telling Allison real fast, and we'll do the pod, and she can hear us. Um, when we were in college, that Ryan had a cot in our apartment. I don't
Yeah.
know where the cot came from. Did he buy the cot?
No, my grandma gave it to us.
Okay, okay, that makes sense. And then Alex would sleep there all the time, even though he lived like 2 blocks away. And I'd
Yeah.
like wake up and be like, "What are you doing here?" And he'd be like, "I don't want to miss out on anything." And I'd be like, "Okay." And then it was a crazy couple months where Dusty also moved in, and I felt like it was just like we had like four roommates all the time, and it was crazy.
Everybody, welcome back to the Giant and the Jet. Episode 30, November 5th, 2025. Daylight savings time wreaking havoc on us. Maybe Mike's more so than me.
Me, much more. I think you go to bed later than me. I go
Yeah.
to bed at I mean, 10, 10:30, 11 max. So I've been falling asleep on the couch at like 9:15 past couple of nights, wide awake at 5:45 in the morning. Leo here. He
He
doesn't know
doesn't know the
he
time
doesn't know
change.
there's a time change. He's up at the crack of dawn. He
Same thing with
doesn't
my
care.
cat.
And yeah, he's passed out. Me and my dog are facing more troubles than anyone. So it's been a lot
Adversity.
of change. Yeah. Yes, it is adversity.
Be
But
sure
that
to
was
hit the like and subscribe button, everyone,
oh
down
yeah,
below.
like and subscribe. We
I'm gonna
have
start saying it every time.
thousands and thousands of views, but no one will subscribe. We had Pat had Pat's video last week got 3,500 views.
Him doing picks?
Yeah,
Damn.
it just exploded out of nowhere. I text him, I go, did you repost this or something? He goes, no. It's 3,600 views.
He's got a face for the giant and the giant. Not like bites.
Ah.
He says
Uh,
it himself.
yeah, let's get right into it. I feel like this is more of a Jets podcast. With the trade deadline, I'm dying to know. I thought we'd go instead of just the whole deadline, we'll go trade by trade and then what do you think overall? So, well, or the opposite. You want to go overall, then break it down. It's all you, Jets trade deadline thoughts.
All right. Well, first thing that hits, what was it, around noon yesterday? Sauce Gardner, Ahmad traded to the Colts for two first round picks and Adonai Mitchell. I think this one had me a little more upset than the Quinnen one. I think the writing was on the wall for Quinnen. This guy we draft, he's been good. Like first season, he was maybe the best corner in football his rookie year. Not the same guy, I'd say, the past 2 to 3 years, but still maybe a top 10 corner in the league. You just flip him away. After you pay him, you just send him over to the Colts. I was a little upset by it, honestly. It's nice to keep a cornerstone player around.
Also, how old is he?
He's 24.
Jesus.
Yeah. You
That's
have him locked up through his age 30 season and you flip him away. Two first round picks are going to be nice. The 2026 class, I'm curious what we're going to do. I think the QB is kind of a crapshoot with the 2026 class. It seems like uh, people are saying that that guy Mendoza, Sellers is a hot name, that the quarterback from Oregon, who I can't remember his name right now, doesn't seem like there's a clear consensus number one pick, which is kind of concerning, but maybe that'll work out for us if we decide to go quarterback, which I'm not totally sure we're going to do. Uh, so that happens. I'm upset a little bit. Then about an hour and a half maybe later, Quinnen gets dealt to the Cowboys.
yep.
Q gets flipped. We get back a 2026 second rounder, 2027 first, the better of the two picks, which is nice. So I have two teams to root against next season. I have the Cowboys to root against and the Packers to root against. And we get Mazzy Smith thrown in there, who I saw like a clip of like the PFF, you know how they do like the faces and they go like Mosey Smith, Michigan University. It had the PFF grade and it was last. He's the worst possible defensive tackle in the NFL. Uh, so that was funny. Like I said though, I think the writing was on the wall with Q. He wants to win, and I get it. He's been in the league for I want to say this is his seventh or eighth season. Uh,
Yeah.
losing gets old. He went to Alabama. I think he lost maybe two or three games his whole college career, so
Yeah.
not really that surprised by that. Um, I was listening to Rich Eisen today actually because he's the voice of truth for the Jets, and he talked for about 12 minutes about all the rebuilds that have happened in the past 25 years for the Jets.
Did
And
he?
like the
I
first
didn't
one,
tune in today.
you didn't tune in. The
Yeah.
first one's very successful. We make it to the AFC Championship game, then Testaverde tears his Achilles, and then it gets slowly worse. Like the AFC Championship games were nice, that was off a rebuild, and then it's like all of a sudden we draft D Milner and Calvin Pryor and Sheldon Rankins with all these picks that we accumulate, and it's just been a nosedive ever since. Even up to now with Zach Wilson when we drafted him, and then it seemed like we finally nailed it. We trade Jamal Adams and we get Sauce and Garrett with the picks.
Yeah.
And now Sauce is gone, so just another reiteration of a rebuild. I think it's okay to keep your good players in the building. That's me, but at the same time, I guess they sent you a deal that you couldn't refuse. Adonai Mitchell might have some pop. Maybe he'll be our wide receiver too. We won't have to draft one. We'll see. I think this year though is just gonna see what we have with the players that we have. We have that guy Zaire Thomas from Florida State who looks like he's gonna take over a CB2 role. Maybe he'll be good. I'm curious what they're going to do with Brees. I think that was a big talking point
I
yesterday.
think he wanted a third, and the Chiefs were only offering a four.
I'm surprised if I'm the Chiefs. Their running back room is Kareem Hunt and Pacheco, who both run like they have their hair on fire, and I guess that's all right. But you'd think they want like a versatile guy out of the backfield.
Yeah.
We'll see. Our GM's gonna have to nail it though. I have an odd feeling that they got the seal of approval from Woody that they're gonna have two more seasons after this one to bring him to the playoffs, and if not, send him out and bring in another guy who will rebuild.
Yeah, what my thoughts on what the Jets did was they clearly feel very, very confident, the GM and the coach, that they're going to be around for at least the 2027 season. Like they're going to be here because otherwise you can't make these moves, right?
Yeah.
Like Miami couldn't make these moves. A coach already got fired. Like the Titans coach already got fired. He couldn't make these moves. Um, so it is saying, hey, coach and GM, we're gonna do whatever you want, and the Jets are on a 2 year rebuild, like
Yeah, this
two
this
years.
draft is I think next year they hope to win 6 games and then the 2027 year, that's the year that you shoot for the 10, 11 wins that get you in the playoffs. And we'll see if they can do it, but like you said, I think it is a 2 year rebuild.
Well, because in the 2027 draft, which is supposed to be one of the most talented drafts in the past 20 years, you have three first round draft picks.
Yeah.
So I mean, we can pull the memes here from Pardon My Take, who got fired from Madden. I think that's one of the funniest things in recent media, where
Yeah.
this I don't know how old memes is, but Pardon My Take, he's one of the producers. He's on Madden, draft as a Jets GM, trades all his stars away, gets first round draft picks, and then he just keeps trading back until he has all 32 first round draft picks. That's genius. And the Jets on Madden fired him. So, but that's literally what the Jets should do at this point. Like next year's first round draft picks, they should just keep trading back and in
Bring-
2027 have like five or six first round draft picks. Like that's what they should do. Do
That'd
you
be hysterical.
just keep trading back? Just keep going. Just keep trading back until eventually you have 16 first round draft picks in 2029.
They ended up missing on like 10 of them somehow.
Then draft 16 quarterbacks
Yeah.
just to see if you can get one. Oh
The
man.
Browns should do too at this point.
Overall, are you happy with the Jets did though? Like,
I would say yeah. Like I was upset though, because I've already seen this. We've done this song and dance how many times already in my lifetime? I've only been alive for 30 years, and we've done this song and dance at least probably 4 times in the past 10 years. So you get a guy who thinks going to be your cornerstone cornerback, you give him a bunch of money, and you just ship him off. It's frustrating, but I think in the long term, it's going to work out. We didn't have a great defense with these two guys.
yeah.
So you might as well send him and try and build the team with a bunch of younger, cheaper, controllable players. And we cleared a ton of salary cap. So
Do you think also this coach walked into a locker room that had already big personalities that he wasn't going to be able to win them over? And maybe you get rid of them, you bring in, like, I think one of the reasons Pete Carroll worked so well in Seattle was he basically had a college locker room. Like every single player in Seattle was like 22, 23 years old.
can mold them.
And he could just do that hoorah attitude, and it worked because they were all 22, 23. A lot of them, besides Earl Thomas, was like blimp, right? Russell Wilson was a third round draft pick. Richard Sherman was a fifth round draft pick. Like a lot of them were like late round draft picks that will do
No,
anything to be on the field.
no.
Like,
It takes hitting the picks though to have the Richard Sherman in the fifth round and Russell Wilson in the third round too. Like it's gonna come down to the GM even more so than the coach, I'd say. But
yeah,
it was interesting. I was listening to a bunch of stuff about this because kind of fascinated me. I didn't realize that Sauce wasn't given a captain spot at this going into the season, which was, I think, maybe writing on the wall that people didn't realize going into it.
that is weird.
Yeah, you give him a bunch of money. He's been on the team. He's one of the longest tenured players already. He's been on the team for like 4 years, and you don't give him a captain spot, and you give it to like they give it to like a guy who's been on the team for 2 years, who's like a backup edge rusher. So maybe the writing was on the wall before we realized it with Sauce.
Here's what I will say about this because I just Googled it because I wasn't sure. So he got drafted in 2022. That means he played for the Jets for this was his third year?
His fourth, because 22, 23, 23, 24, 24, 25, and then
22, 23, 24. So this is his fourth year.
yeah,
I feel like, and I know you just said this, I feel like we just did this because
yeah, Jamal Adams.
you had three first round draft picks.
Yeah,
You got Garrett
Garrett,
Wilson, Sauce, and Hall,
Jermaine Johnson.
Jermaine Johnson. And then
Yeah,
Hall, I think, was in that draft though.
he was the second round pick that we had that year.
And I just remember the hoorah from the Jets fans being like, here we go.
The
But
issue wasn't with those guys though; it was with the quarterback, and then we bring in Rodgers and he gets hurt, and then we go to Justin Fields now and he sucks. So
yeah, no, it's just, I don't know. I'm always for rebuilding. I'm a, nothing pisses me off than when a franchise goes 5 and 12, 6 and 17 now. So
It's Miami. It's what
6 and
Miami's.
14, like just in perpetuity forever. Like, no, no, no. If we're not winning the Super Bowl, trade everyone. I will say a 24-year-old all pro corner. I don't know if I trade that, but two first round draft picks. I don't know. I don't know.
Are they gonna get another
All
All
pro
Pro corner
corner.
with the picks?
Yeah, that's the rarity. That's the risk, right?
Yep.
But if you do somewhat, I mean, all pro corner. How many all pro corners are there? You got Sertan in Denver. Who? uh, There's not a lot out there.
Yeah. I think the Chargers have a good corner.
Yeah, I'm sure I'm just being an idiot. But the point,
Yeah,
I'm just saying, like, there's not a lot of well-known corners. I don't know. I think,
they're locked down.
yeah, I mean, straight up, unless you have something else to say, I wanted to talk about well, I was going to ask what that means for the Colts and Cowboys. Yeah, I'll do that first and then my other question. So, what does that mean for the Colts? What do you think? Does anything change expectation wise for the Colts getting this player who you've watched for 3 years?
I don't know if it changed. He does lock down the whole side of the field, which is nice. I sent that stat in the group chat. He has 200 coverage snaps and he has the least passes allowed and under 50% completion rate. So he is a baller. I think they're pushing their chips all in the middle though.
Yeah.
The Colts seem like they're saying, all right, we have to win this year or next year, which is risky to do. Like you have Daniel Jones. He looked like the shine kind of wore off him a little bit against the Steelers, and I'm sure, like we talked about last week, you get him on the road in a playoff game, and you don't know what's going to happen to him.
Do you think after that Steelers game they thought to themselves, we need home field? Because if we have to go to Baltimore, go to Kansas City, I mean, I'm sorry, every single fucking team in the AFC is away. Bills, Chiefs, Steelers, Ravens, uh
The
Broncos,
Chargers would be an easy.
Broncos,
Broncos are a tough one to go.
Broncos. Basically, if you're not playing the Texans or the Chargers,
Just to go
like
outside.
you are gonna go. It's outside and it's January.
Yeah, it's
You're
cold
gonna
and the fans are
it's
crazy.
cold. And Daniel Jones, no offense, and I don't want to be a hater, but we know he's not going to do what he needs to do. So maybe this move was like, we need to get the one seed.
Yeah, they need to run the shit of the ball in the playoffs. It helps. It helps if you could lock down the pass. It gives you a little more chance to run the ball instead of having to throw it. You know, you go down 14-0 like to the Kansas City. You can't run the ball every play anymore.
So do you have more faith? If you were gambling money, would you gamble more money now on the chart on the Colts?
I think it offset seeing Daniel Jones outside and then them getting Sauce. I think it almost kind of neutralized itself to me. If they would have beat the Steelers, would have won, I would have said absolutely. I don't think I'm any more confident or less confident now in the Colts than I was beforehand.
Then I don't think that trade worked for the Colts because if you're giving up
Yeah.
2 first round draft picks, to me, that's like I'm getting such a player that because they also gave a receiver up. I'm giving up 2 first round draft picks and a flex and a basically slot wide receiver. That has to be a freaking game changer. Like that has
Yeah.
to be a player where, oh no, like we got this guy, we can win the Super Bowl now.
And I think that's the big problem with Sauce too, and probably why a lot of Jets fans didn't feel bad about letting him go, is he doesn't hit the big play. Like he can break a pass up, he can lock down a side of the field, but he never has that big pick that flips the game.
Yeah.
He has like what three or four career interceptions in 4 seasons is a little crazy.
Does Ice Spice break up with Sauce now?
Now that
Because
he's not a New York guy, he's a
not in New
Indian.
York City, living in Indiana. How
I
long does
don't
the
know.
relationship last? Is no one even thinking of that? Is no one caring about Ice Spice and Sauce?
They must not be.
Yeah.
Chris Ballard wasn't thinking of
Also
it.
just gave me a look. No one's even thinking about her.
Yeah.
They are together. Poor Ice Spice now to watch her man has to go to freaking flat
Indianapolis.
Indiana
Yeah.
and fly into the middle of the country in the snow. Like,
Yeah, in a cornfield.
you know how miserable this woman must is going to be. No
Yeah,
one's thinking about Ice Spice.
we didn't consider the girlfriend in the trade.
No, no, you didn't.
Messed up.
No,
She's a New Yorker at heart too, I'm pretty sure.
is she? I wonder where she
I
was.
think she's from New York.
Where was Ice Spice born? I don't even know her real name. Yeah, she was born in the frickin' Bronx, man. That relationship's over. Over.
Dead.
Dead. Cancel it now. Go get yourself a nice Indiana girl who's on a
Yeah.
farm somewhere getting some corn. Get some,
Tosses some
yeah,
hay bales, whatever.
all in love with get the cornbread. Uh,
Yeah.
in all seriousness, that would suck if you're dating someone and you're just living this life in New York City. And it's like, hey, bye, I'm going to Indianapolis. It's like, oh, Jesus. Like, if it was Boston, DC, Miami, LA, like we could probably do a poll of what team, where do we least want to play? I mean, let's do it right now. Three places in the NFL I'd least want to play. I would least want to play in Minnesota, Jacksonville.
Jacksonville.
I can't stand. Have you been to Jacksonville?
I've only passed through. I don't think I've ever
Oh,
stayed there.
God, it's the worst. It's one of the worst cities in America. Um,
Indianapolis is up there. Kansas City's up there too, but they're just
they're good right now.
yeah, they have a good team.
I'm gonna have to check this out. I just probably spent too much time in this, but
Tennessee would be fun, even though they suck. Tennessee would be all right to go to. Nashville's cool. Cleveland
Cleveland.
or
Oh,
Buffalo or Buffalo.
Buffalo would be fun because the fans would love me.
Yeah,
Cleveland, that's a no-brainer. So Minnesota, Cleveland, Jacksonville. What atrocious places oh God.
Cincinnati's kind of a bad one too.
Yeah, probably. You have Burrow though, at least.
Yeah,
Um, okay. Cowboys. How does this affect the Cowboys? They're 3-5-1.
I was surprised they made the trade. I watched the game on Monday night and they look like shit on offense, more so even than defense. I think Jerry has had his eye on Quinnen for a bit though, and I think he wants that inside of his line to be just stout. They have him and Kenny Clark now, or maybe two of the top 10 best interior defensive players in the NFL.
Yeah.
It's just a Cowboys move to make though. It seemed like they just wanted a trade to make a trade. Jerry could put a stamp of approval on it, but does it move the needle? Like, do you think they're miraculously going to make the playoffs now over one defensive player added? I don't think so.
What's the Jets tackle's name again?
Quinn and Williams.
Jerry Jones had a pretty crazy quote today.
I didn't see it.
Basically, he was just like, when things get dull, I'm not going to look it up, but when things get dull, I like to stir the pot, get people going. And this trade stirs the pot. I'm like,
Good.
is this dude a guy like Patrick in fantasy right now that like fuck it. I'll just trade just to get some excitement in my bones on like a random Wednesday night. Like, is this guy just bored at home and is just like, I'll trade my all pro defensive end away. So we're sellers. We're not winning the Super Bowl, even though my quarterback's in his prime. But then I'll give away a first round draft pick for another defensive lineman. It's just, I feel like just Dallas Cowboys, they just are a mess. They don't know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Are
They
they
seem like another team in that like 7 to 10 win boat where it's like, all right, you're gonna go all for it, or you're gonna rebuild, or you're just gonna get stuck in this mode.
You're 3-5-1. You have absolutely no reason to go trade away a first round draft pick. You have
Yeah.
no room on your salary cap. You're paying everyone. Well, what are you
Max
doing?
getting $60 million a year.
Nothing they do. And I'm glad I listen, stay in my division, right? I
Yeah.
said this last week. Stay. Don't change. Nothing the Dallas Cowboys do make any fucking sense to me. None.
Yeah. I was shocked. If they would have won the game against the Cardinals, I could see it. Maybe you think you could sneak in your
Or 4-1.
4-4-1. Yeah, you go on a run, you could do it, but they looked bad. Their offense looked bad. Their defenses looked bad all year. It was an interesting move.
They're terrible. They're a terribly
Yeah.
run organization. Talking about
Jerry's the owner and the GM, so
I know. I know.
who's
Talking
gonna
about
tell him
bad
no?
no one. Talking about badly run organizations. I'm gonna go back to the Jets.
Yep.
And I'm gonna throw in the Browns. I don't really remember in my life seeing NFL teams like the NBA, like Major League Baseball, where you see it all the time, right? Major League Baseball, there are teams like the Cubs pre 2016, the Rays, they will just purposely lose 100 games.
The
Just
Astros before they won.
the Astros before they won, and it works.
No,
76ers with the NBA, trust the
trust
process.
the process.
I genuinely feel like the Jets and the Browns are just completely tanking for the next 2 years. And I feel like that's kind of rare for the NFL.
Yeah,
Players individually are not, but
yeah. I was gonna say,
GMs are making the conscious decision of we're going to focus on the future. And I think that's rare for the NFL.
yeah, I would say so. The Saints are tanking too.
Yeah.
They ran out Shaw and Rattler for the whole season as their two guys that they're confident in. Um, yeah, I haven't really thought about tanking in the NFL, but I feel like it happens probably more so than we think. Like the Jets were definitely tanking for Lawrence, the Jaguars tanked for Lawrence. I think there's certain times where you just gotta seed and say, hey, we're not gonna do well this year. Like
Yeah.
dump these guys and do it. I think it happens probably more so than we think about.
I just remember the Eagles purposely losing to the Giants one year and they got the sixth overall pick instead of the 10th overall pick. And they fired their coach for that.
Yeah.
They rolled some heads because they deliberately lost the game versus the Giants, and the Giants jumped 5 picks. It was insane. I hated it. Um, yeah, okay. Uh,
I remember that game. That was the last game of the season, right? And they like ran
yeah,
out like some random guy.
yeah, they got Devontae Smith with that. It led to a Super Bowl. So
Sounds good.
worked out.
Yeah.
Uh,
You have like the best GM in football, though. I guess it's a little easier to do.
yeah, Eagles were the Eagles. I'm excited to see your power rankings this week, and 'cause I'm sure they jumped everywhere because so many people lost.
It did.
Um, Baseball. I just had a quick take about baseball. Uh, I was looking at the ratings for baseball, and the World Series ratings
You're
were
crushed.
were insane, and those were just American. I don't think the Asian markets have like come in yet. I'm being serious, like Japan,
Uh,
Korea.
they haven't been recorded yet.
I don't.
I
They
don't.
gave me 25 million, and they said
Yeah.
it's only for America, and I went, okay, so what?
Canada, Canada too, or just America?
It just said America.
That's impressive.
So I go, okay, the same question as you just said. Does that not mean the Asian? Television does not mean Canada. I just saw America, 25 million, highest World Series ratings in like 10 years or something. Um, Simple question, is baseball in a better position right now than the NBA?
I feel like we've talked about this, like even maybe like in the beginning of the summer or something like that. I think it definitely is.
Me too.
The stuff like that, nobody cares about the NBA players anymore.
No, I couldn't care less.
I don't watch the Knicks start. I haven't watched a game yet. I probably won't until maybe Christmas. I'll probably watch the
Yeah.
game on Christmas and I'll watch them again in like March or something.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, it's just boring. I know it's not really a fair comparison because it was like Canada's team against Japan/LA, and then it was Indiana against OKC, but that's also the problem too. It seems like the good teams are in these small markets in the NBA where baseball, all the big markets get all the good players and spend all the money.
Well, the Blue Jays in Seattle were really good teams.
Toronto's a big market.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they have their Canada's team too. They get the whole country behind them when they're good.
Yeah. I just
They're
think when it comes to baseball, I feel like when we were kids, I'm going to name three separate teams, right? We're going to name the '06 Mets, '07 Red Sox, '09 Yankees. Where there were just a lot of legends on that team, on those teams, right? Even I'm not making fun of the Mets, like David Wright, you had Jose Reyes, you had
Beltron.
Beltron, and the Red Sox, you can do that whole lineup. Yankees, you can do one of the best infields ever. And then I feel like for like a couple years there, I feel like Major League Baseball just kind of dropped off. I
Yeah.
don't want to say this sounds petty of me, but almost like that entire Houston Astros run, like pretty much after the Cubs won, so like 2017, all the way until like 2 years, 2 or 3 years ago. Kind of like baseball was always there. It's always a regional sport. I just feel like baseball the past couple seasons has taken off to another level the way it was when we were kids. Like you have these players like Juan Soto, Aaron Judge, Shohei Ohtani, and I can name like 15.
Yeah.
Vladdy, Skeens,
Tatis.
Tatis, Mookie Betts,
Ellie De La Cruz.
even Pete Alonso. I mean, when he's healthy, Acuna, like all these players they're becoming really popular. And then, dare I say, there are like three or four players who are becoming like legendary.
Yeah.
Like Shohei Ohtani,
Judge.
Judge are becoming like, I'll throw Soto in there.
Yeah.
Maybe he gets back to the playoffs, who are becoming like, you know what I mean? Like legendary players, like Patrick
Yeah.
Mahomes. Football is easy, right? Like Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, all these players are going to become like legends.
Or
Like
more.
basketball, my God, I don't give a flying shit about
Yeah.
any of these players, any of their storylines. I heard a storyline that Mookie Betts is the first player in MLB history to have four championships and not win one with the Yankees.
That's crazy.
So Mookie Betts is becoming one of the greatest baseball players, or if not already, one of the greatest baseball players of all time. And it's just like with the NBA, I just like don't give. I don't care. I don't care about Giannis. I don't care about really Jalen Brunson. I don't care about Luca. I don't care
Jokic.
about Jokic. I don't care about Jokic. I don't. I don't
I
care. I
don't either.
don't find the need to watch. In the month of May, the month of June, there's really nothing else on TV, so I'll watch the NBA playoffs. But if you were to give me the NBA playoffs or the Major League Baseball playoffs, it's not even close
Yeah. Even
on
the hockey
who,
playoffs for me takes it over the NBA playoffs. It's at the same time.
it's not even close. Like the Yankees did not advance the last two rounds. These baseball games have been riveting.
Yeah,
I
they've been
mean,
so good.
riveting.
Yeah.
I've been watching them, tuning in on Saturday nights, like putting them on over college football. I just think Major League Baseball is in a really, really good position. They got some really great players, legendary players, all-time greats, great storylines.
Yep.
Um,
And it flipped too, because the NBA, like in that dead period you talked about from maybe like 2011
it was
through
LeBron,
2018, it was
Curry,
LeBron, Steph,
Durant,
KD.
uh,
Yep.
real like Kobe at the end.
Yeah.
we had a span there with when Durant was on OKC, Steph was winning 72 games, LeBron was in Cleveland. Even right before then, when LeBron was with the Heat versus the Spurs every year, and there was
And the Mavs.
the Mavs and the Pacers were challenging them, and the Celtics still had the big three. Like there was a 10-year span where the NBA had all of our attention, and it's just flipped. Like
Yep.
the NFL, NFL, we're never going to touch them. But yeah, I just think it's totally flipped, and Major League Baseball has just taken
Number two and three.
for
Because
what?
basketball was definitely two and
Yeah,
MLB was number three, and it's just a complete flip. I agree.
yeah, I think it's flipped. I think baseball and I'm curious to see if ESPN, based on ratings, 'cause they're a rating show, will start covering baseball at all.
I feel like they will, but it's gonna be like the Dodgers or the Cowboys where they talk about them.
Yeah.
They talk about the Dodgers constantly, and they'll throw in a Mets or Yankees or Red Sox or whatever segment once every 3 weeks or something like that.
It's a shame if they don't, because the only thing holding back the game
Is the media?
is the media, and everyone else loves it. And
Yeah,
just the media is like refusing to talk about it, even though it's the best. This past month, we've had the NFL. Major League Baseball has been the best thing on television.
it has.
Best thing on
Absolutely.
television. And the Mets didn't do it, and the Yankees went out early.
Yeah.
Best thing on television has been Major League Baseball. Now the NFL, we're about to, really dive into the rest of the season. We're past the halfway mark. But yeah, I loved baseball. I thought it was great. I thought it was a great ending. 30 seconds on the World Series. Blue Jays, I think they had their chances. They should have
They
won.
blew it.
Won. But you know what? When you're at that highest of level, when you're in a World Series, Game 7, it's just the smallest of details. And the Dodgers are just freaking champs. And I called it. They're just champs. And I know they won by a quarter of an inch, but how many Super Bowls did Tom Brady win by a quarter of an inch? How many?
Yeah.
It's just happened. That's just what champs do.
That Varsho at bat, ninth inning, bases loaded, one out was the game. He had to hit a fly ball there and they win. You don't do it, and the Dodgers are gonna win that like probably 98 times out of 100.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Anything else on baseball?
No, I'm gonna miss it. We got
I know.
is it like 4 months away now? It's like the beginning of March,
Yeah,
or
you
end
know
of
what? I
February.
almost enjoyed watching it without the Yankees even in it.
No, I did too.
It was like I don't have to have the stress of it. So
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm looking forward to it. I'll miss baseball. I'm not looking forward to the Yankees. I can't even talk about the only thing I'll say about the Yankees is watching that World Series. We are so far away from that level of play. It was shocking
No.
watching the Blue Jays and the Dodgers playing. It was shocking how much better they were. We're not close.
You
We're not,
saw it in the World Series prior to that too.
yeah. Yes, we did, right? We're not close fielding at all. We're not close running the bases. We're not close starting pitching. Oh my God.
That's the Mets' big thing.
We're
The
not even
Mets can't pitch to those teams.
you can't even the Mets in a 7-game series with the Dodgers would be hilarious. The
Well,
Dodgers,
they played them in the NLCS last year, and we allowed like the most runs in a 7 game series because they just teed off on our pitching.
yeah. I mean, we're not close. We're not close. We're not close to the Blue Jays. We're not close to Seattle. I mean, God forbid the Dodgers. I mean, that's why the Dodgers were laughing at us last year. I mean,
Yeah,
they really were like, what a joke. And I said it last year. I'll say it again this year. The Yankees making the World Series last year was the worst thing that could have happened to us as an organization because we beat the Royals and the Guardians, which are minor league teams with payrolls of $100 million. We feel all good about ourselves. The fan base, how many people on fucking Twitter and Instagram are like, well, we made the World Series last year. You got to relax. We're not even close. We're not close to those teams. Their manager decisions, I mean, the fucking balls on this Dodgers manager, what he was doing left and right.
He
Uh,
put Pajes in and saved them the game.
yes,
He put Pajes in over Tommy Edmond with like 1 out, bases loaded in the ninth, and he literally saved them the game. It's
every move,
crazy.
uh, leadership, clutch hitting, situational. The Dodgers in game seven, they went down 3-0, and how they got back in that game was just fighting for runs,
No.
moving runners over, getting pop flies, tagging them in. Yankees can't do that. The Yankees would have went down 3-0. We would have never won that game.
You lose 6-1 or something like that.
6-0, 6-1. We are light years away from those teams and winning a World Series, and I'm curious to see what they do in the offseason, but until they fire Brian Cashman and get a new manager, we are not close to those organizations. We're not. And I don't think the Mets are either. The only difference with your owner and my owner is your owner will probably run out of patience way sooner and fire everyone. Uh,
That's
so
true.
that's the only blessing you have.
I think the Mets are going to trade for School, by the way. I have an odd inkling in my chest. We finally have our farm system built up. I think we push our chips in the middle for a true ace. We'll see if it happens.
All right, that'd be good for you guys.
No.
All right, NFL storylines. Um, we can do 2 minutes on these each. I just had my first one, so I'm going to read this and then I'll see what you think. So my first NFL storyline are the 2024, so last year, Commanders, the 2022 Bengals. They spent a bunch of money on defense, paid their wide receiver. They go on this historic run. They don't get it, and then their whole defense is old as shit and they suck. I think it's the same exact. They did it the same way. They wanted immediate culture change, immediate results. They overpaid on everyone, and now both teams are hitting feeling the same thing.
Yeah, I think the Commanders should have not caved to McLaurin and just traded him.
Yeah,
Get a younger player because he's been hurt the whole season.
I know.
It's
Amelia
crazy
will
to
tell
pay.
you. Amelia will tell
Yeah,
you.
yeah, yeah. They do seem like they're in a similar boat. I think I don't know, the Bengals probably did it right though, because Joe Burrow just seems like a guy, and he had T. Higgins, he had Chase. Their defense is just terrible. I
Yeah,
think we talked about this last week. Like the Commanders are just gonna be the Commanders. Like their quarterback now has a dislocated arm.
I know.
Doesn't seem like he's gonna be able to stay healthy. I don't know if they're in the same boat,
I
but
just
I
think they
their
both did the
their
same.
runs are similar.
They did the same thing.
No,
Just we're like, we need a culture change so badly. We're gonna just spend all of the money this year. And
no,
it's like, okay, but you spent it on 30-year-olds. And not to break the news to anyone who's not 30 yet, but when you turn 30, you're not as fast as you were at 23. Like,
no.
God forbid 19, you're just not. Um,
My back's starting to hurt.
yeah. So, just I just think both those teams, even if their quarterbacks are completely healthy, the way they built their team, they're in a world of trouble for the next 5 years because they're not going to get a high. Washington might this year, but
The Bengals will too.
with those quarterbacks, they're not going to get high first round draft picks, and their cap's destroyed. So they went for it, they didn't get it. It's over.
You draft, they each got to draft 7 guys in the draft of defensive players and hope that they stick. That's for sure.
Yeah, but one will stick, maybe two.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. I just think they both of those franchises went about it a very wrong way. Um,
Is that surprising?
no, I mean the Commanders had new ownership, so
Yeah.
they wanted immediate change. We're new owners, and boom, look at us go.
And the Bengals owner's taking out loans to pay back Joe Burrow. So
Crazy.
make
Uh,
him walk across the street to the practice field.
yeah. Next up, last week you said that the Broncos and Bo Nix suck. Do you still think they suck? Do the Broncos
Yes.
say yes?
Yeah. They look, what was who they play this week? Oh, I know it was a shitty game, and they
My
play the
question was,
Texans with CJ Stroud concussed in like the first quarter,
okay, so
and
the
they won by
Broncos are still bad.
Yes, I'll
Okay.
die on that hill. All their wins have been ugly wins. I guess that's how you do in the NFL, but
They're the
I'll
one
give it to.
seed. They're the one seed in the AFC.
No, they're not. The Colts are ahead of them.
Are you sure?
Yeah, because the Colts beat them head to head and they have the same record.
Okay.
So they're two
Right.
seed.
You're right. You're right.
They have to play the Chiefs twice though. They still have to play the Chargers. Their defense is legit. I'll give them that. Their defense is probably the best in the NFL. I would not trust Bo Nix to have to beat Allen, Mahomes, Jackson, even Rodgers in the playoffs.
Well, my question is, do they win the AFC West?
No, Chiefs.
Jesus, you hate
Yeah.
them.
I don't hate them. I just think Bo Nix sucks. Like I think he's terrible. I said he's propped up by Sean Payton
Okay. Yeah, sure. No, that's great.
and his
Love that.
defense.
Alex will see it, so maybe
You're gonna send it to him?
we'll have to get him
I,
on to defend the Broncos the next time they play the Chiefs. We'll see.
I think Alex will admit that Bo Nix sucks. Honestly, I don't think he thinks he's good.
I'll call him right now.
Okay,
Let me see. I don't know if he'll pick up.
he's flying to Paris or something.
Yeah. You hear that?
No, I can't hear it.
You hear it now?
Yo, yo.
Hey, you're on the podcast right now. Can you hear me?
Yeah, of course.
Can you hear that, Bob?
Yep.
Okay, Bobby is really destroying Bo Nix, and
Ooh,
he's saying that you agree with him. Are you a believer?
he, I hate Bo Nix for 3 quarters of a football game, but
Oh,
when that fourth quarter starts, I am a believer to death.
okay, well, let me ask you the same question. How it started was I asked Bobby a simple question. Are the Broncos going to win the AFC West? Are they?
I mean, the cop out answer is their most important game is next week. We play the Raiders this week, and we can go 8-2. If we can beat the Chiefs at home, we'd be 9-2 heading into our bye with a possible 4-game lead over them.
Just answer the question. Are you going to win the AFC West?
Yes,
All right, there you go, Bob. Thanks,
What
Alex.
bet?
of
Oh, he's
course.
still here. Do you want to talk, Bob?
What do we bet on it?
Um, I mean, what are you thinking? I mean, you've had time to sit here and manifest
I mean,
I wasn't expecting to
he
make a
hates,
bet on it.
he hates them.
what do you hate the Bronco Knicks or both? Like,
No, I think their defense. I said this. I think their defense is the best in football, but I think Bo Nix is gonna lose you guys a playoff game to Mahomes or Allen or Rodgers even.
I mean, I could see the Mahomes Allen. The Steelers are not even like in the same realm of football as the Broncos right now. They're they're like the Jacksonville Jaguars of the
Well, they just
AFC.
beat the Colts.
Yeah, but they also lost more games than the Broncos. So
So have the Chiefs.
yeah, but the Chiefs have won it recently. What have the Steelers done the last 10 years other than consistently gone 9-8 and barely make the playoffs?
All right. Well, all right. So you are a believer 1 quarter, and the Broncos are winning the AFC East, AFC West.
Yes, right now they're winning ugly football games, and that's exactly what the Chiefs did last year. They went like 10-0 in one-score games, and the Broncos just keep squeaking out one-score games. That's a playoff team,
They have Patrick Mahomes.
playoff winning team.
Okay.
All right. All right. We'll take it. Thanks.
Enjoy your night.
Of course. Take care, guys.
All right. Got him on. He hates him. That's what I got from that phone call.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
fucking can't stand it, and he does not think the Broncos have a chance.
I was not very confident.
No, God, if you listen to that phone call and you didn't know any party, you'd be like, so he hates him. He's just married to him, and he can't. He doesn't. He's married with 3 kids, and he can't leave the family.
We'll
He's
figure it out. We'll figure it out the day he gets paid because they're gonna have to pay him.
like the family analogy I just gave. They're gonna wait for the 3 kids to reach college to leave the house, and that's when Bo Nix has to get paid.
Yeah.
Uh, I always love when he joins the show. He's so funny. All right,
Upper parlay.
parlay. Packers and Eagles play this week. My question is, do you think at this point one of those two teams make the Super Bowl? Packers or Eagles?
I think before this week, I would have said that if I had them or the field, I would have taken them.
Okay.
Jordan Love, you can't lose at home to the Panthers when they score one touchdown. Can't happen. I would take the field at this point just because of the Rams, the Bucks,
Yep.
even the Lions. I know they look bad, but that's a divisional game, so I'll give them a pass. I, yeah, I don't know. And we've talked about it all season. The Eagles just feel off. I don't know if they're going to go back to back. Saquon looks like he lost a step. I actually have this in my power rankings. We'll see in a little bit, but I have a new team that I think from the NFC is going to come out.
Okay. Yeah.
So what about you?
If I were gambling, I mean, you're basically saying these two Lions, Packers, Rams. Um, I picked the field too. Something with the Packers I don't trust, and the Eagles are good, but something locker room wise, I'll have to just keep watching them after the bye. We'll
No,
see how that goes. Final NFL topic. Um, there are three teams right now that I'm confused have a winning record. I don't really understand them as a team. One due to injury, the other two, I don't know what's going on. If you were to choose one of these three teams make the playoffs, would you choose the Panthers, 49ers, or Jaguars?
49ers, I think undoubtedly.
Okay.
Their roster's still good. They're dinged up. I think CMC can win you games on by himself, which there's probably only one or two other running backs in the NFL you could say that about. I think they get I said 10 or 11 wins. I think that gets you into the playoffs pretty easily in the NFC. Maybe you have to fight off the Bears if you have 10 or
Yep.
something like that. Uh Panthers, I don't see them winning more than nine. They're at 5-4 right now. They still have to play the 49ers, Rams, Seahawks, and Bucks twice. Getting out of that with 10 wins is going to be crazy. You have to win probably at least two of those games to get there. And then the Jags, Trevor Lawrence just kind of sucks.
Yeah. It's just bad.
He I was he was like the prince that was promised, and he just never shows up. That game against the Raiders was embarrassing. They should have destroyed them, and they just couldn't put him away, and it goes to overtime.
What the hell happened to Brian Thomas Jr.? Is he just taking himself out of games at this point?
Him and Trevor Lawrence haven't had a connection like all year, even
Oh,
last year. Like
yeah.
Mac Jones was the one that got him the ball last year. It's confusing. I will say though, if the Jags do make it, it's gonna come down to 2 weeks from now. They play the Chargers. I think the winner of that game makes the playoffs. The loser of that game's out.
Okay.
So I'll say that. Which of the three do you like? Probably the same boat with the 49ers.
No, I would say the Jaguars. I think the
Okay.
Panthers are frauds and 49ers are just I just don't understand how I don't even understand how they're doing this yet, let alone how they keep doing it. But the real reason I wouldn't pick the 49ers is they're in the same division as Seattle and the Rams. And
Yeah.
I just don't know if they can overcome that. Uh that's a lot of losses. And the Cardinals aren't now that the Cardinals changed quarterbacks, they're not as much as a joke.
They
So
look better.
yeah, they are better. So way harder division. Um I guess I'll just go Jags because I think how the AFC will work. I think the Patriots and Bills make it. I think the two teams from the AFC West will make it. I think the Colts will make it. And then what's the other division?
Steelers.
I think the Ravens and the Steelers will make it.
So the Jaguars are out.
Well, no, the Jaguars will. If the Jaguars make it, they'll beat the Steelers.
The Steelers will be the one that fall.
Yeah, I think they're going to have a Ravens Steelers will fight it out to the end to win the division. But anyway, all right, on
That
to
was a big win for them against the Colts, by the way, for the Steelers. I think if they lose that game, then they're on a lot harder of a track to miss the playoffs. I think that was a big win for them.
yeah, it was. All right, NFL top 10 teams, our segment part of the pod. Um, all you.
Power rankings.
I'm dying to
All
hear.
right.
All right.
Week 10 in the books. We start off at number 10, the Colts, the
Wow.
down 6 spots from number 4.
Wow. Big
We
drop.
talked about earlier, some of that Daniel Jones shine is wearing off.
Mhm.
I was tempted to honestly put the Broncos at 10, me, known Broncos hater, putting them at 10, but I'm going to keep them off. Uh,
Keeping them off. They're 7-2.
Not on it.
Okay.
I think they would be 10 if Sauce wasn't traded to the Colts. I think the Broncos would be 10, the Colts would be 11. I'll give the Colts the 10 spot because of Sauce.
All right.
Number 9, up 1 spot from last week, the Seattle Seahawks. Uh, Defense is good. JSN may be the best receiver in the NFL this season. And
Yeah.
then Darnold looks competent. And I think that's all they need with the defense and with the best receiver in football.
Yep.
Way better than Geno. It's night and day upgrade. Number 8, no, I know this was a tough loss, and maybe I dinged them up too hard for it. I have the Lions fall to number 8 after they lose to JJ McCarthy.
Mhm.
Divisional loss is tough. They made JJ McCarthy look like a very good quarterback, and I don't think he is. So I'll move them down. Lions at number 8, number 7, down from my 1 spot, a far drop. We talked about already. You can't lose at home to the Carolina Panthers and score 1 touchdown in the process. I have the Green Bay Packers as my number 7 team.
Wow. Big drops this week.
Big drops. And there's a big ups, 2 big upswings in my 1 and 2 spots. Number 7, or no, number 6, I'm sorry. Uh, they played an ugly game. They won though. I have the Patriots moving up from my number 8 spot to my number 6 spot. Vrabel's got them boys playing.
Hmm.
Number 5, I have the Philadelphia Eagles up 2 spots from number 7.
Okay. That's
They
surprising.
didn't they didn't play, but I think they jumped the Packers in my confidence rating in terms of the NFC and which teams I'm most confident about. Another team that moved up on a bye from number 5 last week to number 4 this week. I have the Bucks. I think it was important that they had the bye week this week. They need to get healthy, and
Huge.
I think that bye week is honestly a win for them. Number 3, they're my number 2 team last week. I have them move down 1 spot. I have the Chiefs as my number 3 team.
Okay.
Losing Buffalo.
That's a hard game.
It's a hard game. At the same time, I think they toyed with the Bills a little bit in the regular season. Like I think the Bills in that game, they were like full throttle, like they're going 50 in the school zone. I think the Chiefs are going 25 in the school zone.
Yeah.
Uh, Regular season, they can't get up for a game like that.
Yeah.
Number 2, this is a big jump from number 9 last week. I like what I'm seeing out of them. I think they have a very good team. I think they have a good defense. I have the Rams as my number 2 team, and I think they're my NFC favorite right now. They look good. Matt Stafford's legit. They have two of the best receivers in the league. Kyron Williams gets the ball, and their defense looks good.
Yeah.
Can't really find a flaw in them. And then my number 1 team, up from number 6 last week. And I honestly was tempted to put the Rams at 1 and this team at 2. I have the Bills as my number 1 team.
Got it.
I think I was a little disappointed that they didn't make a big splash at the trade deadline, which is why I wanted to put them at 2 and the Rams at 1. But you beat the Chiefs. I have a hard time keeping you out of the 1 spot.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I like it. I'd say I want to include Denver, but I don't really know who I'd take off. You know,
That's the problem too.
I don't know if I'd take off because I definitely like Seattle more and I definitely like the Colts more. So
Take
yeah,
the lines off.
no. So I guess the
Yeah.
Broncos are not a top 10 team right now. Um, all right. I am on to my pick'ems. Last week, I had a horrible week. I'm not going to shy away from it. 2 weeks ago, I went 10-3. This past week, I think I went. I'll be able to see right now. Let's go to week 9. It was atrocious. Yeah, I don't even know if let
It
me
was a
see.
tough week. I think there's a lot of upsets.
I went 8, 3, 4, 5, 6. I went 8-6. Not great. But here I am again, shooting my shot. Week 10. All you have to do is win once. You win once, you get $1,000. Pays for gambling for the whole year.
What do you
So
have to do to win? Usually 1 or 2 losses gets you a win, or
you pretty much lock it up if you can get if there's 16 teams going, you need at least 14. You lock
okay.
it in with 15, you automatically win with 16.
Yeah.
You can might get lucky one week and get 13 and get in a tie, and then there's a tiebreaker. But I've won every year I played 1 week out of 18. So it sounds like bad odds, but out of when you're competing against 110 people who know football as well as you do, you got to know some stuff.
I want to get on that next year. That sounds like fun. How much is it a week?
$10.
Uh, I'm I'm in. If you invite me, I'll do it.
Yeah, it's so much fun. All right. So Thursday night football, I'm gonna have the Broncos beating the Raiders. We're at the point of the season where you got to beat the bad teams. If you don't, you're gonna really start regretting it. Is it where are they playing? Germany? Where are the Colts and Falcons playing?
Berlin.
Berlin. I'm gonna go. Well, the Falcons. Who knows? I'm gonna go Colts. I'm gonna go Colts as a better overall team than the Falcons. Saints Panthers. I'm gonna go Panthers. Giants Bears. I'm gonna go Bears. I
I
think.
like the Giants this week.
Yeah, we didn't talk about the Giants this week, even though we're a Giant Jet podcast. Here's my Giant bit. We just don't have fucking anyone right now. We're so injured. The defense is trying their ass off, but we just don't have a secondary. Um, I don't know. I think we max win 4 games this year, which is kind of what I predicted when I looked at that schedule. Um, we'll see. Just don't give up. Jaguars at Texans. I'm gonna go Texans if CJ Stroud's healthy. If he's not healthy, I'll go Jaguars.
I think they already ruled them out.
Then I'll switch this to Jaguars. Bills, Dolphins, I'll go Bills. Ravens, Vikings, I'll go Ravens. Browns, Jets, toilet bowl of the week, right? Who is gonna win this game? Dare I say I'm gonna go Jets?
I think the Jets are going to win this week too. This feels like a typical Jets win. You just
That's a
trade.
Jets win, right? You
Yeah,
just gave everyone away. Your running back desperately wanted it traded, was posting on Twitter like a madman. Uh, this is a Jets win. It's going to make you have the third overall pick to
instead of the
the
first.
eighth overall pick,
Yeah,
and it's just what the Jets do, man. Great game at the 1 o'clock window. Patriots Buccaneers.
game of the week maybe.
Buccaneers off a bye. Um, they should win. Cardinals, Seahawks, Seahawks roll. Rams, 49ers. Great game. Rams get their revenge on the 49ers. The 49ers beat them in overtime last year. Sean McVay doesn't lose twice. Lions, Commanders. I think the Commanders are in fucking shambles. Lions don't lose 2 games in a row. If I'm going to call a game of the week, if I have a lock, it's Lions, Commanders, Lions. You can include the spread. Steelers, Chargers. I pick Steelers. The Chargers just lost their left tackle again. They made a trade to get another. I can't see the Chargers moving the ball against the Steelers D. And then Eagles Packers on Monday Night Football in Lambeau. I go Eagles. Something's missing with Jordan Love, and Eagles are coming off a bye. Love the Eagles here. Those are my uh, pick'ems. Before I forget, I'm gonna go in here, and I'm actually gonna switch my to Jaguars. Save picks so I don't forget. So those are my pick'ems. I'll be posting those. Really funny when it comes to views. Uh, your top 10 and my pick'ems are always like really, really high on views. So
Nice.
really funny. I like to see what people like.
It's nice organized conversation. That's why we have a list where we
Mhm.
pick between two things.
So like, let me see. I go to views past 7 days. So these are our views the past 7 days. 20,000. So if
It's a
you
lot.
look at Patrick's
Damn.
3.6 thousand. So my pick'ems have 788 views, and then your power rankings have 742. It's so funny. I think it's just the consistency, maybe. But yeah, Patrick's, I don't know what the hell's going on there. Um, anyway, those are my pick'ems. You, Bob, I already gave my pick, but Thursday night football, who wins? What's the score?
Noted Broncos hater as myself. I think this is going to be an ugly game outside in Denver. Thursday night's going to probably be a little cold. With that said, I'm not sure the Raiders are going to score a point. I will take the Broncos 20-10.
Okay, 20-10. I mean, if they can't lose this. All right. Worst take of the week. Bob, what's your worst take of the week?
I mentioned this already a little bit a while ago. I had the Chiefs beating the Bills last week when we talked about it. They just don't care on the regular season. They'll lose to the Bills 9 times out of 10 in the regular season, and they'll beat them 9 times out of 10 in the postseason. That's my take. That's my worst take. I thought they were gonna kind of come out and try and beat them up. They just didn't care.
Yep. My worst take, definitely, I mean, I can't hide from it, would be Packers and Lions last week. You lose to teams that you have absolutely no reason losing to. And I think I'm going to throw out here a wild take. I think I grew up in just a different era of football where, and I'm going to blame two people. I wrote here the Steelers, but not really the Steelers. The Colts with Peyton Manning and Tom Brady and the Patriots, they didn't lose these games.
Yeah.
They just did not lose these games. Peyton Manning won seven. This is back when there were 16 games a year. Peyton Manning won 7 straight seasons of 12 or more wins.
It's
Seven,
impressive.
he's at least 12-4 for 7 straight years. He's 14-2. He's 13-3. 12-4. 12-4 was a bad year. I mean, Tom Brady and the Patriots, I don't want to look it up right now because I know you know as a Jets fan. I don't think the Patriots lost more than like 3 or 4 games for like 10 years straight. And the only games they would lose were like weird divisional games or like versus the Ravens or the Steelers or the Colts, right? Versus other powerhouses. They were so much more consistent. And the powerhouses of today, including the Chiefs, including the Packers, including the Lions, powerhouses,
Bills.
the Bills, they're just not as consistent.
I think the AFC is a lot more consistent.
The Chiefs just lost. The Chiefs are
Yeah,
five.
to the Bills.
They're 5-4.
Yeah, but they're gonna probably win 11 games.
Probably. I'm just saying.
Okay, okay,
I'm just saying. Back then, dominant teams did not lose at home to the Panthers.
yeah.
You can't lose that game.
The NFC's always been like that.
All right.
I don't know. I know what you mean, but I just feel like the AFC always has those institutions where they'll win 12 games for 7 years in a row, and the NFC is kind of like Eagles are great this year, the Packers are great this year. Like it kind of jumbles around on who the best is in the NFC.
Sure. Well, I still was dead wrong about the Packers and Lions. So,
Yeah, I was too.
best take of the week.
I said on our podcast last week when we were talking about the Colts, I think it was like, which team would you like most? Colts, Broncos, Steelers, something like that. I said that the Colts would trade for a cornerback, and sure enough, they got my boy. It's my best take of the week that they're gonna trade for a cornerback, and they got my sauce. My no more sauce in the fridge.
Yep. My best take, this is for fantasy, was my addition of Matthew Stafford to my fantasy team. And then I was going to trade for a quarterback. A lot of people were sending me, including Nick, like quarterback trades. And I just said, no, I think Stafford is one of the best quarterbacks in the league. And I'm going to roll with him. Matthew Stafford, I'm not sure why he's not being talked to as an NFL MVP favorite. Uh,
No.
just some stats this year. He leads the league in touchdown passes with 21 touchdowns to only 2 interceptions. He is number one in the league for passing yards per game. And the Rams are tied for the best record in the NFC. So
Okay.
I don't know why no one's talking about him. I'm glad I stuck with him. I think this past week he threw 4 touchdown passes. And then his last game he played, which was in London, he threw 5. So in the past 2 games, he's 9 touchdown passes and 0 interceptions. Uh, he's awesome. I'm glad I stuck with him. I hope he doesn't get hurt, knock on wood or whatever. Um, but that was my best take of the week where I was like, I think Stafford's going to be, he's an MVP candidate and no one's talking about him. So
No.
Uh,
Maybe the most underrated quarterback of this generation. He's been around for like 15 years, which is crazy to say.
yeah, yeah, that could be. He won a Super Bowl. He might be the most underrated because he was in an era. He was a tweener, right?
Yeah.
All in Bolton, we call certain people tweeners, where they're between two friend groups and they don't know really what to go. So, like Colin, for example, like Colin's a great example. Colin was a year younger than us, so he was like kind of with us, our group, but he was also kind of with Nick's group. So he's a tweener. He's going in between. Matthew Stafford had to compete with Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, Aaron Rodgers, and then had to immediately compete with Mahomes, Allen, and Burrow for shine and Lamar
Yep.
for not Super Bowls, but like for
Who's the best quarterback in the league
he
conversation?
went from like Drew Brees immediately into Lamar Jackson. Like it's
Yeah.
just so he's had to fight two errors, but I think he'll get his golden jacket. And
He'll be a Hall of Famer.
he has his Super Bowl.
Yep.
All right, last minute shout outs, Bob.
Shout out to Buffalo Wings, the food. Met up with a bank last night that I work with. They took me out to Wings and a hockey game, and those Cajun honey butter barbecue wings from Barbell, a restaurant up here, just they hit every single time. They're delicious. So I just want to shout them out. If you ever come up to Buffalo, please go to Barbell and try the wings. They're undefeated.
Okay.
Probably my favorite food.
All right. My last minute shout out. I'm excited for this weekend. It is Carl's bachelor party. I do not know
Woo!
what to expect. Um, going up to
Where is it?
it's outside of Knoxville, up in Tennessee.
Tennessee?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think we're 30 minutes to the closest town. We're in the middle of the mountains, just a bunch of boys in a cabin with a hot tub. Um,
Sounds like fun.
don't know what to expect. I'm looking forward to it. I got to see Carl, Bill, Eric, Dusty, Tyler Calzada, a bunch of other guys who Carl grew up with. So I'm excited for Carl's bachelor party. And yeah, I'm just excited to little mini vacation. I'm leaving on a Friday, same flight as Dust.
Nice.
And then Sunday, coming back, same flight as Dust. And then me and Dust together are going to go to my parents because Nick will actually be in Tampa. I think I don't even know why he'll be in Tampa. And we'll watch the 4 o'clock games, me, Dust, and Nick. Um,
Fun weekend.
should be a fun weekend.
Nice.
Dust is sitting in first class because I said
That's the
maybe I'll switch my flight. Maybe I'll switch my seat to sit next to you. Not next to you, but like in the same
vicinity.
vicinity so we could maybe drink together because we're landing in Friday night. And so I thought maybe we land a little tipsy into the airport, but he's in first class. He's way above me. So
Sommelier.
yeah, sommelier. So he'll have a little red wine.
Yeah.
I'll be having a little captain out back and coach. So okay. Got good money in wine. Good money in wine.